Hello, welcome back to Hunter Tune. Today we are at Wisconsin International Raceway with the turbo truck that we've been building. We're gonna see if we can make a pass today. It's really busy. It's actually Doc's Harley Davidson day here, so it's a bunch of bikes, but they do have a couple spots for cars as well today, so we're just gonna see if we can make a pass with the truck and kind of see where it's at in the quarter mile. So I don't know what it's gonna run. It feels fast on the street, but the track's a whole new animal, and we'll see what we can get it to lay down. Alright guys, we're about to go make our first pass in this truck that we put together, and hopefully it goes down the track good, and yeah, hopefully I can get a decent 60 foot. This thing's really tough to get to foot brake, so it's going to be hard to get it to launch good, but we're going to do the best we can. I have a two-step wired on a push button that's just kind of sitting by my feet right now, and I'm just going to hang on to it and see if I can maybe foot brake on the two-step a little bit to try to get it to build a little bit of boost. I have no idea what the tires are set at or anything. I'm just going to see if it hooks. I don't think it should have an issue hooking on the track, but we'll find out. Good burnout. It didn't make as much boost here. Made like 14 pounds of boost for some reason. Damn.
Some great action. We will have an opening ceremony here on the starting line. And that would be your signal that we're going to get
All right, guys, so we did make a pass with the truck, and it definitely was down on boost. I was watching the boost gauge going down the track, and it only made 13 pounds. On the street, you know, doing like a downshift into second gear, it made like 15 and then creeped to 17 or so. So it's definitely down like 4 pounds of boost. Might be just because it's hot today. I don't know. Not sure. So I don't have any way to adjust boost right now, so we're just gonna give it a degree of timing and see how it likes it, if it picks up at all. And I'm gonna try to maybe foot brake it a little bit better, but man, it just doesn't really work well without a trans brake when you're trying to launch something like this, especially a big, heavy, you know, 5,000 pound truck. But nonetheless, truck's running awesome. I mean, it is just a killer street truck for sure. I just always get greedy at the racetrack. But 12-0, first pass ever, fresh build. Can't complain, guys. 115 mile an hour, went 95 to the 8th, and 115 out the back. So. To let go of the two-step button, but it definitely launched a lot better. But I think I might have rolled past the beam before I actually let go of the two-step. So it rolled out on the two-step for a second, and then I let go of the button, and then it launched. And it made even less boost that time, like 11 pounds or 12 maybe. I think part of it might be just because I didn't have enough ignition in it, and now that I'm putting a little bit more ignition in, the engine's getting more efficient and it's making less boost. But it sounded happier, seemed like it made better power, but who knows. Let's see what the time slip says. Damn it. Fuck. 115 mile an hour. 94. It picked up a smidge. It didn't really pick up a whole lot. And I feel like the reason it didn't pick up is because it lost boost again. It went 115 1/4 to 1, like almost a 260 foot, which I know it was better than that. I think I just rolled past the beams. So, oh well, guys, we're gonna have to dial some stuff in on this thing and then try it again later. But the track is really busy today, and you know, we're limited to the amount of runs we can make today.
You're probably gonna have to turn it off.
That's it.
All right, it's gonna be $6.49. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pumpkin bread. Oh my. Is it gonna overheat?
No, that's the thing. That's what's awesome about this truck, is it doesn't. We can sit in the Starbucks drive-thru on our way home from the racetrack, and you know, it's awesome. It's one hell of a rig.
A rig?
I just need to learn how to foot brake.
Why aren't you good at it?
I don't know, because I have a trans brake in my car, so all I have to do is hold a button, put it to the floor, and
Okay,
it'll sit there.
You don't have to do that with a manual car?
Well, a manual car, you can just push the clutch in and rev it up to an RPM.
So that's different?
Yes.
Okay. So you've never really had to foot brake, because you went from manual cars to automatic cars
With a trans brake.
That's why you're not good at it.
I mean, I have done it with trucks, but I've never successfully made one go like super fast.
So can they just scan that?
What is that? What is that, a coupon?
That's my gift card on here.
Alrighty guys, we just got back from the racetrack with the truck, and the truck did very well. The driver did not really do too well. Like I said, I'm kind of really still learning on how to foot brake well, and how to, you know, build boost with the two-step and not roll through the beams. I'm actually going to show you the 2 data logs from the runs that we did, and we're going to go over them just to kind of show you what the car did, and on such low boost too. The wastegate spring on the truck is right around 12 to 14 pounds. And sometimes on the street it would creep up to like 17 or 18, and I figured, you know, it would do that at the track, but it actually, I started putting a little bit of ignition timing in the truck at the track just to see kind of what it would do, and it ran the same exact time but on less boost. So that's just an indicator. I see it quite a bit actually. When you add ignition timing, sometimes the boost will drop off, just because the engine gets more efficient and the boost pressure drops. So I'm going to pull the data logs from the truck and show you kind of what it did. But I mean, man, this thing has been proven to work pretty well. And in its current position, I have no problem saying that it is an 11-second truck with that 60 foot from the second pass, had I have not rolled through the beams. So I'm sure if I had a little bit more track time with this truck, I mean, even just one more track day with it, we could put it in the 10s once I get the boost, you know, upwards of 20 pounds, and, you know, just dial in my 60 foot and actually practice launching it, and just, you know, getting the muscle memory down for, you know, holding the two-step, letting go of the brake pedal and the two-step at the same time simultaneously. Normally, like I said, in my Mustang, I have one button to let go of. When I launch, I don't hold my foot on the brake at all. So doing, you know, those couple things at once, foot all the way to the floor, trying not to roll through, watch the light, push the button down, keep your foot on the floor, let off the brake pedal, let go of the button. You know, it's just a lot of muscle memory that you got to practice. And I tell some people that, you know, when you are going to the racetrack, I mean, just sit in your garage or in your driveway or whatever, just sit in the car and just practice that muscle memory of, you know, whatever you have to do before you get to the track, so you have practiced and you just know, okay, when I let go of the brake pedal, I gotta let go of the button, you know, etc., etc. So normally I do that stuff, but, you know, obviously this isn't my truck. This is just something that we want to prove to the customer that, hey, the truck works, it's consistent. I mean, dude, 12 pounds of boost going 12.0 with a 2.0 60 foot, that's pretty good for, you know, nearly 5,000 pound vehicle. Also, another thing that would probably benefit the truck quite a bit for drag racing would be a set of, you know, 410s or even shorter gearing for the rear end if he's going to continue running this size tire on the back. So like I said, these are, I think they're like a 31-inch drag radial, and it has a 373 gear ratio, so it definitely is lacking in the gearing department for the amount of power that it has currently. So I mean, to utilize this gearing, the truck would need to make like 1,500 horsepower to really utilize it. So, but anyways, I'm in the office at the shop now, and we're gonna open up the data logs quick, and I'm gonna show you guys like I promised. So this is the burnout down here. This is the actual pass. So what we can do is we can click, drag to where we started. So this is where I'm sitting on the two-step, or I just have my foot kind of resting on the throttle pedal before I hit the two-step. And just for this split second, it's less than like a half a second, I actually sat on the two-step. So we're at 120 kPa on the leave. So let's see here, we'll go to drag race. We have 72% flex fuel in the truck now. I topped it off with ethanol. Drag race, here we go. So we're leaving on about 2.9 pounds of boost, and I let go of it and it came up. Converter's a little tight for this power level. Obviously it flashed immediately to 3300, which, you know, a looser converter may be beneficial, but you know, like I said, I nitpick stuff because I'm, you know, a drag racer at heart, but this is a street truck, so I gotta just get that around my head. End of first gear here, we're making 13 pounds of boost, and then we hit the shift, we make 14. See, it spikes for a second to 15, and then in the middle of the run, we're back down to 13 pounds. So 13 pounds, 11.8 air fuel, 19 degrees of timing. So then at the top of the pull, it does creep up to about 16 pounds. And then at the shift, it goes to 17 again, and then carries 16 pounds in third. So, but like I said, your ET and everything like that is all gonna be in how much power you can make on the first half of the track. So first gear and the first part of second is where we really need this thing to shine for a good ET. And like I said, it's just not, it wasn't really doing it this pass. So the next pass, let's see here. We can look at our inlet temp too. Manifold air temp started at, right when I got on the two-step was at 100 degrees. And at the end of the pass, we were at 160. So not too bad, especially being how hot it was. The manifold air temp definitely wasn't, you know, it wasn't ideal, but it wasn't, you know, terrible either. So we'll look at one more data log here. This is the one where I think I rolled through the beams and I added some timing into the tune-up. So we'll zoom in on our pass. I'm gonna get rid of the flex fuel content here. Okay. So the blue line is our manifold air, or the boost pressure. We'll actually go to drag race here again, make this a little easier. So yellow here is fuel pressure, red is RPM. This is the gear that it's in. We don't really care about that. So first gear here, once again, 13 pounds of boost. Second gear, 14 pounds of boost. 15 on the peak. So it made about a pound less boost on that second pass. And we can verify on the two-step here. I'm gonna zoom in actually, just on this. So you can see this is, sorry, I'm like just talking and not even paying attention to what I'm filming. So this is the truck sitting on the two-step. It's still on the two-step right here. And you can see this blue line on the bottom is vehicle speed. So the truck started rolling before I let go of the button. For, let's see here, there's actually time on the bottom of the screen. So this is where I let go of the button, right at about 20 seconds into the run, or 20 seconds into the data log, I should say. And we were rolling 0.3 seconds, say 0.3 to 0.4 seconds before that. That run had a 2/160 foot with a 0.3 of it rolling. You know what I mean? So we can at least take 2/10 off the ET. So that would put the truck, if I had not have rolled, it would have put the truck into a high 11 ET. So, like I said, had I have not rolled through the beams like that, you know, excuses, right? I'm the king of it. So, there we go. That's our data logs. Definitely lost a little boost on the second run, and I rolled through the beams. But let's all learn from this, and we'll maybe try the truck out one more time. But I think next up on the list is to dyno tune it, and then after we get done dynoing it, we'll see what we can do from there. So have a great night and a better tomorrow, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and we will see you later.